E ora di rivedere il mio gioco di Super Mario preferito.
Yo, dudes, the Empire's pretty chill. Maybe you could, like, join it or something.
Hey everyone, Lucimus Prime here, so it is time for a special video game review today because today I'm going to be reviewing a video game in a franchise I literally got back into playing recently when it comes to its Nintendo Switch games. This is a franchise I've dived into a very long time ago on its very old games, and I also played its arcade versions too, and I also saw an animated film of this franchise last year. And this is an exclusive to a console, Nintendo Switch, which I played recently and I completed. And this game, in my opinion, is an absolute masterpiece, one of the greatest games I've ever played in my life, and so far my all-time favourite Nintendo Switch exclusive game. And that, of course, is none other than what is the absolute masterpiece, which is Super Mario Odyssey. So, now when it comes, of course, to this game then, so how was this game made? So, the development of this game by Nintendo's Entertainment Planning and Development Division, with additional assistance from 1UP Studio. It was produced by Yoshiaki Kozumi and Koichi Hayashida, and these were the same producers who made the game Super Mario 3D World, and the game was directed by Kenta Mokutura. And the creator of the Mario franchise, Shigeru Miyamoto, reassumed his role of what he calls the creative fellow, and the developers gave him concepts and he gave feedback in return. And according to Kozumi, Miyamoto left them to their own devices quite a lot, so he gave them lots of freedom to do what they wanted with the game. When it comes, of course, to how it was made, it began in 2013, following the release of 3D World, and unlike previous games which featured a linear style of gameplay, this game goes for more of a sandbox style, and this time it goes for more open-ended style this time. So, compared to older games, it goes for more open-ended approach, really. So, I think that was definitely a very cool addition to the franchise, is how it brought it back. But despite, of course, this focus, it does, however, feature some really cool fan service for fans of the original games. The game was then released on October 27, 2017 as a Nintendo Switch exclusive game, and it received acclaim with praise for its inventiveness, originality, and for improving on concepts introduced in prior Mario games, and has since been cited as one of the greatest games ever made. And the game won several awards, and it sold 28.21 million copies by June 30, 2024, making it one of the best-selling Switch games of all time. When it comes to my reaction to this game then, so as you guys know, when I got back into playing on my Switch when it comes to gameplay, when I got new Joy-Cons, I got this game, and I've been playing it for the past few weeks, and I managed to finish it last week. And I can say very confidently that, in my opinion, this game is an absolute masterpiece. So far, it's my favourite Mario game, and my favourite Nintendo Switch game of all time, and in my opinion, one of the greatest games I've ever played in my life, an absolute masterpiece. So, what is the game about then? So, it features a brand new story where Mario has a new ally, which is a hat called Cappy, who of course is a sentient hat that Mario wears in the game, and the hat allows him to throw it so it can of course attack enemies and destroy objects, and he can control other characters and objects, which is pretty awesome. And they journey across various kingdoms to rescue Princess Peach from Bowser, who plans to forcefully marry her. So that, of course, is the story of the game where it focuses on Mario rescuing Princess Peach from getting married to Bowser, the franchise's main villain, and, of course, Mario's nemesis. So, when it comes to what I think is great about this game, then, so, I think one highlight of this game is probably when it comes, of course, to the story behind it, because as a brand new story, and in my opinion, they absolutely nailed its perfection in this game. The story, in my opinion, is lots of fun and really captivating, and it's just absolutely brilliant. I had an absolute blast playing this game. And with great characters, for example, of course, you got Mario himself. Mario, of course, is already a very iconic, likeable character who is loved by millions across the globe. And this game definitely further cemented my love for him, because I played several other old games when I was a kid, and I've always played Mario Kart at the arcade when I've been to my local arcades. I also was also animated film from last year, which I definitely really loved. And this game that I played, it first cemented my love for Mario, and Charles Martinet, of course, voiced him in this game, and just like he always has done playing the character, he absolutely nailed it to perfection in this game, made Mario such a likeable, fun character like he always has done. And I hope Charles is doing well nowadays as the Super Mario ambassador. Hope he's doing well. And the rest of the cast who provide the vocal effects for characters in the franchise in this game also did a great job, like, for example, Bowser, Peach, even Cappy as well, and also Toad, and many other fan favourite characters who show up in the game as well. And when it comes to the gameplay itself, in my opinion, the gameplay is fantastic. It's a platforming game like how the rest of the franchise has been, but I love how it goes for a more open-ended approach, because when you go to the kingdoms, you can explore them as much as you want to, you can revisit them, and I think that's brilliant. And because one thing about this game you've got to do is you've got to collect moons to allow you to travel to the next kingdom. And I think it's really crazy how it lets you explore the kingdoms after you've, of course, done the objective of defeating the bosses. So I love how it makes it open world for you in that sense, really, and it's a lot of fun. And all the kingdoms are very unique and fantastically designed, in my opinion, too, as well. And they're definitely really fun to visit. One particular place I love visiting was probably the city. Like, that, in my opinion, was really awesome, how you got to go to a city, which was quite clearly inspired by New York City, I think, which was pretty awesome. So, yeah, I definitely really love that, how he had that in the game. It's always really sad how that game had much better CGI for, like, a regular human city than the Defective trilogy, which is really sad, isn't it? Especially for a Switch cartoon-style game. Speaking of cartoon styles, I also think this game is going to age fantastically because of how it has a cartoon approach. Because of that, it's going to age really well, in my opinion, because the beauty of cartoon games is they don't have to focus on so much detail or having the best graphics ever or the most realistic graphics ever. So, that, in my opinion, is why they can age really well. And also because the gameplay is all that matters for me when it comes to being a gamer, because when I play games, guys, I do not care how realistic the graphics are. I just want to play a great game, and this game definitely delivered for me because of that. Because the gameplay was genuinely lots of fun. And I love how they made it unique, in which, of course, you can control other objects and also other characters too as well. That was, in my opinion, very creative for Mario. And even though this game does feature a new style of gameplay before, or brought back, which is, of course, the open-ended style, it does, however, feature really awesome fan service for fans of the original games, because there's one particular puzzle in the game you've got to do many times where you've got to play the original game style in, like, walls. And it's literally exactly the same way as, you know, like, a 2D gameplay. And in my opinion, that was brilliant. Like, the way you did that, in my opinion, was brilliant. And, like, so much fan service done so right, in my opinion. Like, this game is how you do fan service. Absolutely. And I can only imagine that fans of the franchise, you know, going back to the original game, were so pleased when we saw this in the game. I can only imagine they were so happy, and I wouldn't blame them all for being overjoyed. And I definitely really love seeing that. And when it comes as well to the gameplay as well, I think one thing about this game that makes it stand out to other games is probably the boss fights, because in each of the kingdoms, you do, of course, fight bosses. But what I think is really cool is, but not only are they really unique and different each time, but they're all genuinely fun. And in my opinion, easy as well. So I definitely really love how they made a boss is really fun to fight, because it's supposed to be a game. It's not supposed to be stressful, it's supposed to be fun. I mean, these boss fights definitely delivered that. So I really love that about it. And so that's why I think the boss fights in particular can stand out compared to others. And speaking of bosses, I think this game also is, in my opinion, one of the greatest game finales of all time that I've ever played in my life, ever. Like, this finale I'm going to talk about, my mind was blown. And spoiler alert for any guys who've not played either game, but I'm going to talk about how it goes. Because, obviously, of course, you rescue Peach from Bowser, and then you've got to fight Bowser. And the boss fight, in my opinion, is absolutely epic, and I really love that. But the fun doesn't end there, because when you defeat Bowser, you then take control of him with Cappy. And when that happened, I lost my mind. Like, I was just so amazed by that. Then he gets a rampage your way out of his moon base and out onto the moon. Like, that, in my opinion, was just awesome. Like, probably one of the greatest finales I've ever played when playing games in my life as a gamer. Like, just fantastic. And, like, that's how you do a finale. That's how you do it. And the beauty of this game as well is, even when you defeat Bowser, the fun doesn't end, because it encourages you to go back to the kingdoms to of course, collect the moons. And you also unlock the Mushroom Kingdom as well, which is really awesome too. So it gives you a new place to visit by finishing the story. So the fun effectively never ends, which in my opinion is amazing. So I definitely really love that. You can tell that the makers of this game were Mario fans, and they made this game for Mario fans. You can definitely tell that was the idea, because when in this game, they put their heart and soul into it, and you can just tell when you play the game. Because I played it, and I really loved the game from start to finish. It was so much fun. With amazing worlds you can visit, with fantastic world building, beloved characters appearing in the game who are as great as they always have been, with new things added, for example, Cappy the Hat, a new gameplay style, which in my opinion has fitted so well into Mario, really well in my opinion. Just brilliant, absolutely. So if you guys have a Nintendo Switch, then I can't recommend this game enough. Please play it if you haven't played it, because it's absolutely fantastic. Because I've been encouraged to play this game by my friends, especially one of my best friends, like Sparrow, who's been encouraging me to play it for a very long time, and he'll probably confirm this if he comments on this review. And I finally played it, and he was so happy that I got around to playing it, and I'm so glad he recommended it to me. So yeah, thank you, Twilight. So I'm definitely really happy that I got to play this because in my opinion, it's one of the greatest games I've ever played in my life, an absolute masterpiece from start to finish. He was asking me if I've got any issues with this game. To be honest, no, I don't, because in my opinion, it's lots of fun. I mean, it has what you can expect from a platforming game, of course, because it's a platforming franchise, of course. But in my opinion, it was fun, and that's to be expected from it, really. I had a lot of fun playing it. I mean, sure, I did fall to death quite a few times, but that's to be expected from a platforming game. You can fall to death in this franchise. But nonetheless, what it was still, in my opinion, absolutely fun from start to finish. This is just how you do a game. Like, I think this game should be a big example to others about how you make a video game masterpiece. Absolutely. And it was thanks to this game that I'm a lot more excited now to play more Mario games, because if you guys have seen my merchandise vlogs, I've been getting more Mario games, and I cannot wait to dive into those. I'm very excited to play those. Like, this game was an absolute masterpiece, and it made me so more hyped to play more Mario games I've not played yet. And I really can't wait to do it. I'm so excited. So, this is me, of course, doing my review for, of course, 2017 Super Mario Odyssey. So, if I was to give a game a score out of 10, because it's my favourite Switch game, my favourite Mario game so far, one of my favourite games of all time, I'd most definitely give this game a full-blown 10 out of 10. If I'd give it higher than that, of course I would, but to be fair for this video, 10 out of 10. So, this is me, of course, doing my review for 2017 in Super Mario Odyssey. So, you know the drill, guys. Be sure to give this video a like. Also, be sure to vote in the comments what you guys think of this game. If you played it, or think comments below what you think of it. If you've not played it, I can't recommend it enough. If you guys have a Nintendo Switch, please play it. You will not regret it. Also, be sure to join Team Power by pressing subscribe, who's coming in the future. And remember, the adventure never ends. Keep jumping to new heights. See you in the next level.